Hi, everybody. My name is Lorena. I am your son or daughter's Skill for Success teacher this semester. I will share some information with you in this PowerPoint. I'll start with my contact information. My email address is llagis@lths.net. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions, any concerns. I feel like I'm on the computer all day. So anytime you email, I most certainly will respond to that email, within hours at the most, really, because I am on all the time now because we are in this remote learning model. Anyway, this slideshow is something that I also share with the students on the very first day of class. Um, they have questions, usually freshmen, especially freshmen, because they haven't necessarily been in a Skills for Success class the year prior. But it's basically a course designed to help students with all aspects of their academic life. So in class, I am there to help them work on planning and organizing, goal setting, and then occasionally we will explore a variety of social and emotional topics. We'll talk, we'll chat. Sometimes I'll ask them to journal or communicate with me in letter, just to kind of express things that they're thinking or worried about. But it's basically a support class. We do lots of little activities. Mostly we've been working on starting out strong this school year. So it's kind of like a study hall, but it's not just the study hall. When I try to explain it to them, I say it's more than a study hall. A study hall, you come in and you're left alone to use that time independently without any interruption of lessons or advice or any kind of structure. So sometimes students are very, disciplined and they use their study hall very well. Sometimes they're not, and they need somebody there to help them structure their time and use that time wisely. In this class, they do get credit towards graduation. So this class is pretty much taking up the space of an elective class, like I don't know, like music or art or creative writing. So instead of taking one of these exploratory classes, the students have opted to take this structured study hall. There are presentations, there are expectations, and tasks get completed to earn a grade in here. And just like any other class, the grade can range from an A to an F. So it's important that the kids understand that the assignments that they're giving, the tasks that we complete together in a group during class time or out of class, that they will accumulate to what they earn this semester in the class. So, like I told them also, they all are starting with an A in the class. They have to maintain that A now by making sure that in class they're engaged, that they're listening, and that they are completing the activities we do together. So sometimes I just stop with them and I remind them what we are actually here to do. And really, I'm helping these kids work on executive functioning, things that they might struggle with prior to getting to this class. It's probably just something that is not a natural tendency for them. I can share that my own children. I have my oldest is a 13-year-old boy. He's in eighth grade, and we talk about executive function a lot at home too. So I'm really sympathetic to these kids because they're trying to do something that is not necessarily 100% the most natural thing for them to do, like my son. But, to be successful in school, to be successful in many things, you need to have some practice in planning, managing your time, doing things that you don't really want to do, but doing them because you know you have to do them, organizing their physical space and their mental space, controlling impulses, reducing distractions. These are conversations that we've been having in class, and they are things that we work on throughout the semester. So some of the things like concrete examples that I can give you is the student planner and practicing the use of that daily, even on the days that they don't see me. Checking email every single day is a really good habit to have to start developing now in high school because of all the communication going online now. Infinite campuses, how everyone can see how they're doing in class. It's a very concrete place to see your grades. So Infinite Campus should be checked at least weekly by everybody, students and parents. Um, and we are also going to do some other things like creating a shared class document where people in the same class can help each other, can do homework together if they're having a tough time or if they have any questions about that kind of thing. Um, the schedule for the week is going to be, I will see my Skills for Success class every Monday for a little bit, 35 minutes. On Mondays, because we only have a little bit of time, I'll be giving some announcements, kind of laying out the week for them, and then we will spend time in class organizing our planners and submitting that for credit. Organizing our planner, I'll show you a slide after this, is just making sure we list our classes and that we're ready to go and use them throughout the week. Wednesdays and Fridays are our longer days. We have 75 minutes together. So what I'll do with them on these days is I'll begin the class period with some kind of executive functioning tip or a task or a lesson or a check-in. There will be individual work time to get work done from the day. It's the last period of the day on Monday, and it's really the last period of the day on Wednesday and Friday. So it's scheduled at the perfect time. And I like that we get to meet together before everybody is dismissed for the weekend, too. So it helps us kind of like organize our thoughts and what we need to make sure we do over the weekend to be where we need to on Monday. And then what this class is really transitioning more into is it's a time for me to have individual check-ins with each student, once or twice a week. Um, Teachers will reach out once they know that the students are in Skills for Success class because they have missing assignments, or I will kind of check their grades and see how everything's looking, and if something's missing, I'll check in with them individually. It's just a time that I can check, one-on-one, have a little conversation with them. Planners are really important. So if planner use has not been the norm before getting to this class, one of the biggest goals that we have in the class is having students develop that skill and using it to keep their life organized with all the things that are going on right now and all the different classes and the homework. Having a place with dates and deadlines down and to-do lists is really important. It's just a really important skill to develop. They don't like it. They don't like it. It's a force. It's being forced on right now, but hopefully they learn to embrace it, and we'll see the value in keeping things organized in a planner. This is what we do on Monday. On Monday, we use some of our class time to set up our planner with the classes that we have on our days. Then they're ready to go for the week, so they can easily jot down the homework assignments that they get each day. Um, we have taken some time in class to do a couple tasks to set them up for success. They came up with their own custom schedule. I'm collecting these, and my hope is to mail them home so you guys can put it somewhere on your house or on your refrigerator, or you can take a picture of it so that you just can always have access to it. Alarms on the phone to help kids remember 10 minutes before class time. They'll get a notice that they have to get, ready to be in class. The Canvas app on the phone is extremely helpful to turn things in easily and check things easily. I also recommended that they accept the Remind app invitation. It's a way for me to very easily, quickly email and remind students of things that they might have already forgotten. A very nice set up supply desk area is really important to keep the kids organized and on track. And another thing I recommended was having the Google Drive downloaded. So these 6 things here, I think will help students start the school year out strong and have access to whatever it is that they need to do. Cell phones are good and bad. I know because they can be such a bad distraction, but they can be an organizational tool. So we're trying to use them for that. Um, Hopefully, it'll help them out. The area that they set up at home is really important that they have it supplied, that there's electricity there so they can charge their electronics. It should be quiet and kind of put away. And the best thing, if you can manage to do this at home, is to make sure it's set up in a place that doesn't have to be cleaned up and put away at the end of every class period. The best situation is for them to have a spot that they drop in when it's class time and then can leave it there when they walk away when it's not class time. School supplies should be there in the drawers or on the countertop. It should be well lit. And this also helps with teachers being able to see kids on screens, and post-it notes are amazing for reminders. And so I encourage them in the beginning, the very first day, to get into this, make their space nice, make their space user friendly, and to share a picture of it with me so that I could, make sure that they're doing okay with that, or if maybe I can give them suggestions that would help their space in any way. Okay, so basically, I mean, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is I'm a support class. I help the kids kind of keep track of everything. I monitor their grades, make sure that they're receiving the support that they need. The very first day of class, this was on my screen. Video does not need to be on today because first day of school was a tough day of school. So I was sympathetic with that because it was tough for me too. So we didn't start with the videos needing to be on, and everybody was very quiet. And I'm happy to see that people are now becoming more sociable and chatting and talking more, because I think we're starving for it. So, but I did want to mention a conversation that I think would help at home is trying to encourage our students to keep their cameras on every day, all the time. It makes it easier to teach. It makes it easier to see the reactions. Also, for security reasons, we want to make sure that our student is actually the student that's behind the name that's on the screen. I'm asking the kids to be seated, not laying in bed when they're in class. They should be seated upright so they can use a desk to work on and do homework. Hopefully, it's well lit. I'm asking that they don't have the headphones on, and they don't need to be muted. I think it's really good practice to think of the Zoom meetings as walking into the classroom and having those same expectations. I think we're gonna be building very bad habits if we keep letting our students kind of hide behind a black screen and mute themselves. Um, in the good old days when I was in class with students, I could walk around and I was monitoring what they were doing. I was making sure that they were not on their phones. I was making sure that they weren't just playing on their playlist all day. I was making sure that they were on the computer working. I have no control over that anymore because I really can't see what they're doing if they have a black screen on. So really, that in order to successfully help them and make sure that they're following along and doing the tasks that we do in skills, I'll need to be able to see them, and I'll need to be able to hear them and talk to them and make sure that they're not watching, or playing video games in the middle of class and I just can't tell. So if you could have a conversation with your kids, that would be very helpful, and I would appreciate that. But that's basically it from me. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, please email and let me know if there are any issues with having the cameras on, or if any other concerns regarding school. I will do my best to help them out, help you out, and remedy the situation. Again, my email is lagus at lths.net. Contact me at any time. I'm looking forward to a very fun, a very great, successful school year with these kids. Thank you.